Okay, we're back here again with Michael Aronson of the Aaronson Law Firm here in El Paso, Texas. How are you, Michael?
Good, David. Thank you.
Good. Well, I just wanted to talk to you real quick about commercial driver's licenses. Kind of like um, people that have those, how to protect their license. I'm sure they call you because maybe they get pulled over for a ticket or some kind of violation or infraction. Um, so I'm a truck driver. I'm going to give you a call. Hey, man, I think my CDL is about to get suspended. How can you help me?
Okay, so usually the calls that I get for CDL, that is commercial driver's license holders, uh, is either when they are cited for a traffic infraction or when they get a letter from the Department of Public Safety, the DPS. Usually the letter says, hey, we want to either cancel, suspend, revoke, or disqualify your license because you did blah, blah, blah. So they call me in order that they're going to timely have me, or they can request a hearing again. There's a time limit on that, and if you don't respond by making a request for the hearing within a certain amount of time, it's usually 15 or 20 days, then you lose your right to have a hearing, and then you have no there's not any way to get reversed what's going to happen, and that is that the judge likely is going to side with the DPS, and your license will become suspended for whatever reason. But if you request a hearing, then they have to set it, and it'll be set, and they give you notice, and you go ahead and go on out there and you argue the case to the judge about why the license shouldn't be suspended or revoked. And so we have really good luck on those. Sometimes they have what is called a mandatory suspension, and we can usually appeal from those to county court. And in county court, it's almost easier to win it in county court because the DPS is more likely to want to settle the matter. But more than that, you're entitled to a jury trial, and jurors, they understand how important it is for people to be able to retain their commercial driving license privileges. Because look, hey, you lose your CDL license, how are you going to feed your family?
Right.
You can't work at your job that required a commercial driver's license, so you're not making wages. So what do? You can get an occupational driver's license that is an essential needs driver's license, but many employers won't hire you to do the job you had, because that job likely required that you have a CDL, in order to give you, that you have the privilege to drive a commercial motor vehicle.
Sure. Well, that leads me to my next question. How long is the turnaround time from, hey, I got my license suspended, I need help? How quickly can you get them back on the road?
Well, it depends. If they call because they just received a letter, then we have to go through the process of requesting a hearing. And usually after we do that, which has to be again within a certain time limit, after we do that, we have to wait for the court to set it. It's usually about maybe, a month or 2 or 3 months down the road. Different courts act more quickly than other courts, but in general, it's about 2 months-ish. And so that's when we go out to the hearing. Now, if the judge rules against us and doesn't give at least what we call a disposition where they're allowed to keep their driver's license under certain circumstances and under certain terms, then we always have, again, the right to be able to appeal that. And when it's appealed, the suspension never goes into effect. So it stays or prevents the suspension from going into effect.
Until the final outcome of your hearing.
Exactly, until the final outcome in county court, whenever that's going to be. And again, we can have a jury trial up there if it's not able to get resolved.
Have you ever had a situation where a client got rejected? In other words, you weren't successful?
No, I've had really, really good luck with that. Most of the time, they're able to be resolved, and if they're not, you take your shot again with a jury.
Have you ever had a jury trial for something like this?
Not in one of those cases, because luckily for my clients, it's never become necessary.
And the DA just says, hey, I don't want to go through all this trouble. It's just, here's his license or
Yeah, well, it's resolved. There's different ways to resolve it. So whatever way it's resolved, again, there's several, dispels or dispenses with the need to have a jury trial, because if you resolve it, then you don't have to impanel a jury to hear the case because it's already resolved.
Mhm. Well, that's good to know. So if you're a CDL driver dealing with some kind of issues of a license suspension or anything, give the Aaronson Law Firm a call. They're located at 7362 Ramcon Circle, El Paso, Texas 79912. Their phone number is 915-533-0110, and the website is aronsonlawtx.com. Is that
Right, that's right.
So give this guy a visit, and he'll be able to help you with all of your driver's license needs. Michael, thank you.
Thank you, David.